I'm a little superstitious. I changed my color on roll 20, and I don't remember the color I had beforehand, so I can't change it back.
Sucks to you, buddy. All right. So, anyways, so yeah, you just continue to sit there and stay put. 3 people end up marching down the hallway. Stalbor, you notice them first because Reich is kind of like walking forward and starting to handle things there. You notice 3 people like rushing down the hallways towards you guys.
I'll just do the
Don't shoot.
I'll kind of like I'll be messaging them. I'm just trying to think of what it would be as they're running down the hallway. The rest of your troops have already laid down their arms. We don't want to fight. We just want to leave with our friend. So I'll just like straight into the head of the one in charge, and then like just enough into the other 2 that, so like imagine if you message but you don't actually send a message, you kind of feel something, but not actually anything like aggressive.
Roll me your persuasion check.
Cool.
It's a high DC, of course, because I don't know who the fuck.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd also tap right in like motion as I'm doing it.
It's not terribly bad. It's one of those things where they slow down to assess rather than straight up attack, and then when they look around and see what's going on.
Motion for the people putting down their weapons, and like Reich who put down his weapons.
Yep.
And me, like
they realize. Yep. And all is good. Kieran, are you still hiding in the fog, waiting for the moment to kill everybody?
No, I'm gonna go down and check out the dead body.
So you usually levitate to leave the other side of the wall and run away?
Don't loot.
No, I'm not looting. I'm checking to see like.
Sure, you go down there and
maybe he has.
There were no changelings. Nothing to do with this.
Kieran, you see a charred, fried corpse. The skin is all blackened from not only the falling damage, but I think the total of like 20 points of electricity damage, or no, 20.
18.
No, because the other attack too.
Oh yeah. No,
so I think it's 23 points of electrical damage when his health points were like 22. So,
I don't know. Maybe Stalbor can fix it. Like,
fix it? I might be able to tell what he was on the inside.
Kieran, you can roll me an investigation check, but you're going to be rolling with disadvantage. Maybe Stalbor can figure something else out later on.
Right.
This is fun.
Kieran.
What the fuck is going on?
Are you ready for this?
Odette is back.
Kieran, are you ready for this? Are you ready? You fucking killed the changeling.
I don't. Okay. Yeah, I did.
You killed the changeling. You got him.
I take it with me.
You're happy. You killed the changeling. Yeah. You got him. You got him. Kieran, you got him.
Yeah, like his charred flesh flapping in the wind looks like a changeling dying. Got him. The poor lass.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so that's
So I'll take it and drag it with me.
So they're kind of like all taken care of over here or whatever. Eventually, what do you guys do? Do you head your way over back to Luca, who's?
Yeah, I would turn.
I'd stop saying
just
like,
came out and said, yeah.
What?
Sorry, I'm saying, where is Lucas? The people who just ran down the hallway. Where is Lucas?
He's with Rollins, who's has medical treatment. He brought him back.
I think you prefer
you know the rest.
You went. I think you would prefer if you went and got him instead of me go and get him.
I think it's probably best if we all go that way. Things seem to be fine here. I think the rest of them can handle your one friend if need be.
I'm fine with that.
I pick up my bow again and I unstring it, so I still have it on my person. It's just not a death right.
I would have strapped the book back onto like my chest thing. So it's very visibly not usable for a time being.
And you guys are clearly outnumbered in a lot of places. Actually, the odds are most in the favor of now the 2 of you together with a smaller number of people over in the medical area. So you guys get back to the medical area and you look in and you see Luca just kind of standing there like, and then he looks and he sees the guards coming back, but you know these guards, you've spent so much time with them, you're familiar that those are the same guards that are coming, and there's somebody with them, Luca. Oh, it's Stalbor. Stalbor doesn't look so good though.
Stalbor is bleeding from the chest.
Bleeding from the chest.
I'm gonna what's going what
There's been a jailbreak.
We relieve Duncan of command. It's time for us to leave.
What?
It's time for us to leave, Luca. It's time for us to leave.
So the person that's like trying to take care of Roland, he stops and he's like, "Whoa, what happened? You, Stallbore, what is it that happened?"
Your, what was he? Second in command, Duncan. He is no longer. He is ceased to be.
He did. He did.
I don't have time for this right now. That leaves me in command.
Well, then you're in command. Congratulations. Fix your bloody leader. I'll do it if you won't. And we'll.
Well, do you know healing magics?
Of course I know healing magics.
Then please get over here. Fix this man.
I'll walk over while conjuring the healing potion.
Like as you're doing it, Luca grabs your shoulder, like a little bit aggressively, but not badly, and he's like, "Make sure it goes well."
Please. Please.
You tell he's just trying to hold back.
He doesn't say anything else, and he just casts the healing elixir spell just like he normally would, and but very carefully, like in a medicinal way, would like tip the guy's head back and slowly heal it. Do you want me to roll health healing, or does that not matter in this situation?
It does not matter in this situation. Your healing potions can be enough. Luca, can you do me a favor? Can you roll me an insight check, please?
Insight, you say?
Yeah, I don't think you have advantage on anything insight.
I think I can. Hold on 1 second. I think I can add my int instead of my. No, that's for charisma. Never mind. Sorry.
Like, so we'll be doing this. It'd be clear he's rushing the spell a little bit, but it also isn't, like,
you
deliberately
Eric'd it.
doing
Oh my god, you rolled a natural one when you Eric'd it.
I know. Hold on.
No, you cannot say Eric anymore. I have been on fire.
No, Ericin is when you
Can I
use
can I
advantage
scroll
or
up real
disadvantage
quick?
by accident.
Natural 1.
Yep.
Natural 1.
So many
Natural 1.
ones.
Natural 1. Let me scroll up. Natural 1.
Don't acknowledge it.
My last 12 rolls are natural 1s. However, I now just realized what color I was before. And insight.
Hey!
Hey, you changed your
It's
color
like
and it
the shirt
works.
all over again.
It
It's
works.
the shirt all
All right,
over again.
you look, and you look around and you realize everybody's really distracted watching this weird procedure that Stallbore's doing, and you know that procedure takes an entire minute. They're all pretty focused on it.
I grab the paper.
You're gonna have to roll me a sleight of hand check.
Is that even like a thing?
Don't fuck this up.
Yes.
You had one job.
My job's not that good.
Are you comfortable with that roll?
Nah.
Grab the paper.
So I can spend multiple action points, you're saying?
One on a single roll.
One. Okay.
In the future, you get to roll 2d6 and keep the higher.
6. 4. 12.
So you make your way over.
That's average.
Everybody seems pretty distracted. You grab the paper. You're not very graceful, but they're all watching Gray's side. So they don't seem to notice you grabbing that paper and putting it into your pocket. The DC was never high. You just always sucked. And so you grab the paper and you kind of like put it into your pocket to read later on. And once all the things are said and done right there, finally the guy that's now the one that's in command, and his name, in case you care to write it down, whoever is doing that.
His name is
Winston.
Winston! That's a good name. I like Winston.
Excuse me for dropping in. Alright, that's that.
So he says, well, this has been a very unfortunate day. We have our commanding officer here has left, has been injured gravely. Our second in command is away on duty, and our third in command you killed. And your plan to this, Stallbore, is to leave. Like, killing him means that you're allowed to go. Like his command was inappropriate in holding you here. You guys weren't being held here. Things just kind of went sideways and we needed to work them out. Why did you feel it necessary to kill the man in charge? Mind you, probably Kieran is back there and Reich has to listen to her, but like, I fucking told you! He's a fucking changeling!
Yep.
But they can't hear that here because she's just like, what?
Yeah.
I found the changing dance. You know what I mean?
It's very hard to explain anything I do to a creature that is a blink of an eye to me. In a few months, perhaps days, you'll realize that the path Duncan wanted to take you down was a path even more dangerous than the path you're all on, which is one of danger. I have just secured that this one, and he'll like just finally like brush off ice off his hands, will survive and will lead and will do exactly as his family intends, and so will all of you. We still don't know what that is. We don't care. We want to go on with our lives. We found no changelings, and our duty is done. He was trying to stop us from doing our duty. Now, if you have any further questions, I'd prefer you send them via pigeon.
No,
Luca,
I have questions, and I'm going to ask them now, which is why Luca's been sitting here the entire time.
I'll nod to that. Completely compliant.
He goes,
Well, then you'll have to talk to the other two.
other two who?
Kieran.
They don't. They weren't there for the Stallboy. You said chair that Luca was just sitting in. You can park it right there for a minute, okay?
He's going to go somebody else.
Luca,
Round 2.
explain. Luca, explain to me what happened outside the gate.
I'll explain that I left the gate to find him, to complete a final test to make sure he wasn't a changeling.
And
And turns out he wasn't. However, he took a poison that would hurt a changeling, but just make the regular man nauseous. He got nauseous, and some wargs attacked us because they saw opportunity. I fended them off, kept him alive. After I killed 2 of them, the other ran, and I brought him back. And then this, that's all that happened.
so you poisoned the commanding officer on a dangerous road on a hunch that he might be a changeling.
He took it willingly. I didn't slide him a poison. I let him know that he'd get sick, and I told him this was to make sure he wasn't a changeling, and he very openly did it by free will.
Where are you going now? He says, kind of like turning his attention to both of you.
To be honest, we were looking into you guys about the changelings, and none of that came to fruition. So the next step is, I guess, to find out where this could be happening. And I don't give him any more than that.
There is a tangled web of intrigue. This was one tiny, insignificant speck on it.
There will be word being sent to the house about everything that has transpired here, and your part in this, Luca, as well as theirs. I am by no means the appropriate person to give judgment on this. What I can tell you is this. Should I try to lock you up, I imagine more innocent people will die today. And if I try to lock you up, I imagine either enough time will pass that more innocent people will die today, or they will want to seek revenge for the actions that you've taken against us. So, keeping you here would be foolish. You were completely free to go.
I would interrupt him, and I would say, I have not taken any actions upon you. I don't know what happened with my colleagues. I don't know what was going on. I was here.
A soldier is, a commander is responsible for those underneath him. As a member of the house, you're responsible for those that you travel with.
Well, if you kept them with me under my watchful eye, maybe I could be responsible for them.
This is not the time for this conversation, Luca. Like a very, almost parently yell.
Yeah, of course.
Word will be sent to the house, and they will contact you. I am not the appropriate person to be handling this. He's like, it is good to know, however, that at least there wasn't any. And somebody comes like bursting the door. They found the changeling! They found one! Oh, Kieran found the changeling! He was one! He was a changeling the whole time! And he's like,
oh, geez,
he's like,
you
what?
convinced them?
What? He's like, what? There was a changeling? There was in fact one? Yes! Oh, fuck. I'm so bad with nouns.
Duncan.
He's like, Duncan was a changeling. They were right. Kieran found the changeling. He's like...
Makes sense. He wanted to undermine you, doesn't it?
Oh. Perhaps my words were too harsh, Luca.
I still just have like the stern ass look on my face. I don't say anything though.
You say you're a man of medicine.
I am.
Can you confirm this?
Give me time in a quiet room.
Here's the room. He needs to be moved to his so he can be properly looked at. We'll have it cleaned up in the next couple of minutes. You two, go and collect the body. Bring it here. The rest of you, please bring him to his rooms. I'll be up there to check on him shortly. Luca, do you mind? Could you please help me clean off this table and get it ready for Stalvor?
I don't say anything. I just do it.
Okay. He goes over, cleans everything up, does everything he's supposed to do. Stalvor's kind of like probably getting his own supplies or whatever ready that he needs to, and then eventually the person comes in. Yeah. So the people come in and bring Duncan, thank you, into the chamber
like
and place his charred body there.
Oh, too soon.
Luca, you're able to make an investigation check on him, and you get advantage because you're good with corpses.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
You said Luca, so...
You know who I meant.
I know.
You're my other brother from another mother and father.
Country, etc. 23.
I
also definitely like
very much not a change.
Try to make sure people aren't looking that understand.
He's watching over, and he's the one that's been because he's interested. Winston's watching over the whole time. So he's watching over and everything, and you are able to very clearly see this is by no means a changeling whatsoever. This is just a man who's charred.
Really unfortunate.
Okay, I very quickly realized this.
Yeah, we're talking within 6 seconds at most.
Yeah, like, okay. I mean, of course we knew. So this is like Stalvor would be doing the whole elven thing, and he would be taking his time and doing this very slowly.
Okay. But you realized quickly, so slowing yourself down is already a deception roll in and of itself. However, you're not doing anything wrong yet. You're just moving slowly.
Can I just do the one deception roll when I decide what I want to talk about?
No. This is with advantage, because this is just buying time.
You have to check the toenail length. Toenail length is very important when identifying.
It's literally what I would be doing once I realized you're sort of like cutting off layers of skin, charred skin, very carefully. I'm sort of examining like.
He seems to be taken in by this. Luca can also roll an insight on you if you'd like.
Pop a little in your mouth, chew on it.
Now, maybe people as a company.
Luca thinks it's strange that you're taking so long. However, he believes that this is necessary. Because he's seen you work faster. That's the only reason.
Changelings, their very skin is infused with magics. When the raw lightning magic of the plane of whichever one the Shan's connected to, I can't remember his name. When
the plane of air.
The plane of air. The reaction was more volatile than it would have been on a regular mortal being. This was a changeling. Most likely not a doppelganger, but at this point who can tell? I have no idea who sent them, and he will no longer tell us any tales, so I think this body should be, well, truly burnt, or buried if you honor the man Duncan was before someone stole his face.
It's another deception check.
Advantage or just regular?
Absolutely regular. You don't have disadvantage on lying, do you?
No?
Okay.
No.
Just insight, right?
Do it. Don't suck.
No, I'm absolutely using an action point.
This is within the means of me reading. Do your insight check there, Luca.
So it ends up being a 12.
Mm-hmm. I can roll my insight and see how it goes. Luca, you know he's keeping something to himself. You know that he's like giving instruction that might seem. It's just like his instruction. Something like the way he's saying it's like this seems a little off. Like he's never really suggested charring a body before. Like Like, you've never heard him say anything about changelings being dangerous in this way. He actually doesn't know a ton about changelings. And
Luca would
like,
know. I know next to nothing about changelings.
yeah, exactly. So like, this just seems off to you, like the instructions that he's giving. But whether or not you say something's up to you. However, this guy's like, I'm sorry, what?
Burn the body, get rid of it.
I've dealt with many changelings in the past because of where I've been stationed for several years. I've never heard that magics of air being more efficient against them, and I've spoken to quite a few
I
sorcerers.
didn't say efficient, I mean volatile. Perhaps this was a changeling from a different land. Perhaps it was a changeling from Aeronel. On Aeronel, this happens when we deal with changelings.
Are you sure it's in fact a changeling? Because I think that this same thing could happen to a human. Perhaps you should look again, because I'm not entirely certain.
I could continue looking until you wither and die, childless. I have things I should continue doing, for there is, again, as I mentioned, a large
I'm gonna
tangled
interrupt.
web.
I'm gonna interrupt Stalbor and just say, if he says it's a changeling, it's a changeling.
Roll me an intimidation on that one.
Ooh.
Is that intimidation?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're saying shut the fuck up. My buddy knows best.
You scary.
Not bad. Are you happy with that?
Hold on.
We're gonna blow all of our action points.
We needed to.
This is a big one.
I would actually have disadvantage on this roll.
Why?
Intimidation non-combative is my disadvantage.
Oh, you can roll again. As I roll with disadvantage, you have to re-click and, you know.
I know. I'm just letting you know.
This actually could be in your favor.
It might be.
Roll 2 17s and I'll heat you for it. It's worse. So I imagine you're just gonna let this out. He's like,
hold on, I'm gonna use the point.
Oh, okay.
For 6.
Better hope for. Oh shit! Oh fuck you! I was literally setting the DC at 13. Fuck you! Ah! Fuck! I was literally about to say the words. I'll just make sure I have someone else look at this later on. Thank you for your time. But instead he says, okay. And you think burning the body is the best option?
I look at Stalbor.
Yes, you don't want anything unsavory happening. Who knows who controls these changelings?
Alright, we'll have it taken care of.
Salvo will nod and like kind of like actually take off his gloves and walk away. Not all out of the room, but just like step back.
You have no idea how much he just saved your ass with her mistake. Oh my god. So you guys go walking out of the chamber. You guys go walking out completely. And I imagine you quickly collect Reich and just leave.
I'm ready to go. I'm standing by the gate waiting.
I would just like sort of walk out and I kind of nod to them and then
Kieran's standing on the wall just waiting like where Duncan was always before. Like, actually, it's kind of a nice spot. Like, you get a good breeze up here.
Before we leave, I would tell the guy to listen, Aaron. Calm down.
I didn't say anything. It's you. I'm just disappointed how it turned out.
I would tell what's the guy's name again? The one Winston. I would tell Winston, be sure when Roland is well, he reaches out to me. Lets me know how things have gone.
I certainly will do so. And so you guys go leaving. Now, we need to end this stream so everybody can go to bed and whatnot. But before you do so, as you guys are walking away, I imagine curiosity bites at Luca. And so he does grab that parchment and open it up. And what he sees is that the orders that he had received, Roland had received, was more or less reprimanding the poor quality at which Roland had run his facility. The fact that he was that he was against orders, allowed people into the facility that shouldn't have been there, and then released somebody from prison that should not have been released from prison, and then proceeded to allow the correspondence to other areas when you should have just been immediately ejected because you shouldn't have been allowed in the first place. He's clearly not fit to hold this post, and so the reason why he was leaving is because he was immediately stationed somewhere else, and a replacement of his was going to arrive within the next month. So the reason for his leaving was because he was relieved of his duties because he did not do a very good job in having you guys there in the first place.
Is it signed by a specific person?
It most certainly is, and that's the person that you had reached out to get permission to conduct your investigation, which he said yes.
That's the guy who were like, if he says no, then we're going to investigate him.
Mm-hmm.
But we thought he had given the okay.
He did give the okay.
No,
he gave the okay, but he also was...
No, he didn't give the okay because he was just saying like you never should have been released from prison in the first place.
No, he was punishing.
He gave me the okay though.
He gave Luca the okay. Yep, and then more or less said to this guy like, you should never have allowed this to get to the point where I'm giving somebody else an okay to go searching through my facility. So, yep, is how it kind of worked out. Awesome. So that's the end of that little adventure right there. Oh my God, guys, the twists and turns and everything. That was amazing. Oh, I was like on the edge of my seat so many times. Kieran with that incredible successful combat thing. And then the fact that she turned that critical failure into, Ollie was able to turn her critical failure into something that's probably saved Luca's ass in so many ways. Anyways. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming by, hanging out, watching the stream. I really appreciate it. Sorry for the Comcast interruptions and everything. Ollie, who are you? Where can we find you? Tell me about pretenses that might be false.
All right, so me and Scott are false pretenses. We're like we're officially partners now. We're working together. So let me discuss things that I don't work with him about, like the Sunday stream that'll be at 9 p.m. BST on Sunday of Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. If you haven't checked, it is probably the most fun game I've played in a long time. If you want to hear me laugh as people cower in fear as Luigi snipes them in the face, that's the game you want to watch. Otherwise, on Tuesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. BST, I do an art stream where I basically paint commissions and talk about nothing. And then afterwards, I play The Sims, which is going to be this crew. The characters are going to be made, and who knows who Stowball is going to end up dating, right? Maybe it'll be Reich. That would be interesting. So, and then on Wednesdays at the early times, I'm on Scott's Mass Effect show, which has just gone for a slightly dark turn. And there's not much longer in that season. We're like halfway through, I think, for the season. We'll see how it goes. And then afterwards at 7 p.m. BST, we go full live for my D&D show, which is Yavskira House Affair, which is if you want to see a role-play focused D&D game where literally an entire segment can just be people sitting talking, which is either really fun or really boring, depending on your mindset, that's the show you want to watch. And we have a good crew, and Scott's in it, and he plays a character that's really deep but can be really funny. Exactly what you want. And that's me. Also, on Mondays at the same time this show goes live, we're doing something sort of similar to Adventure Camp on Tantus's channel. Little short streams, just mates hanging out. D&D streams. So, if you want to see me play a lawful good rogue and all the problems that come with that, that's a stream. Awesome.
Rinson, who are you? How can I find you?
Hi. I'm Erin. I am Rinson on Twitter and Twitch, I think. Also, yeah. And I'm here on Fridays, and I keep this game interesting.
Hey, not gonna argue with that one. Not gonna argue with that.
Certainly interesting.
This is also everybody's channel names on the Discord. If you scroll down below, you can click the link to the Discord and join the False Pretenses community. Kunsai, who are you? Lost him.
Well, if you're gonna
Will Call, who are you instead?
Will Call Brewing at Will Call Brewing on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything really. Yeah, I'm on those things and I talk to people.
And Kunsai, back to you.
I Kunsai64 on Twitter and on Twitch and on the Discord, which you should definitely join. We have a lot of fun there. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
Awesome. And then I'm Delric. You can find everything that I do on links down below. Click the little keys, join the Discord, find me on Twitter, and all of those wonderful things. Thank you all so much. I will see you soon.
Bye.
Scott sucks.
Oh,
Damn it. I don't think I got it.
you did.